On January 18th, Rob Blair was appointed by the Berkeley County Commission to fill the vacancy of sheriff. A retired captain with the West Virginia State Police, Rob Blair is putting his 35 years of experience and training in law enforcement, administration, and supervision to work for the citizens of Berkeley County. A vote for Rob Blair for sheriff is a vote for honesty, integrity, professionalism, and proven leadership. Paid for by Committee to elect Rob Blair for sheriff.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job!
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on certified experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred compensation plan. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org. If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as we welcome you into tonight's contest between the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals and the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs for the Quad A Region 2 Section 1 Championship. As the countdown to tip-off is brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our cameraman is John Alderton, and back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Dylan, it's a rematch of last year's section championship. However, feels like the roles are kind of reversed. Martinsburg being the 1 seed, Spring Mills being the 2. Martinsburg maybe not as dominant as last year's Spring Mills team, but still probably favor them here tonight.
Yeah, you definitely come into tonight expecting Martinsburg to be able to get this done, and it does feel like that role reversal where Spring Mills last year was the favorite coming in. And I think that, Spring Mills is in a very weird spot for the program. Obviously losing all those players, losing their coach coming into this year. And I think things have gone better than you might have expected them to. And because we see a lot of times, you can look at whether it's a high school or even college, go down the road and look at Shepherd, what happened when they lost a lot of their best players and their coach in the same year and came in and kind of started from scratch. Things did not go well in that first year. And Spring Mill started slow, but they've made some progress as the year went on. You can tell that there's some promise for the upcoming seasons to come. But they're going to run into Martinsburg here tonight, who has shown to be the best team in the EPAC on the girls' side so far this year. And it's going to be a difficult task for them to try to get through this game. But, at the very least, you could take a silver lining to say, well, even if you lose this game, you still move on to the regionals next week. But it'll just be a tougher task for you because then you have to play the winner of the game on the other side of the Panhandle here, Washington and Musselman, instead of playing the loser and getting to have a home game in that situation. But you can at least take solace in that. Martinsburg side, they're going to try to continue their dominance. Not so much, dominance, but their pole position that they've had on the EPAC so far this year. And it's for good reason. They're a tough team to beat. When you have Cadence Bradley down low, Serenity Ritchie down there as well, just they have a lot more size than a lot of the rest of the EPAC, a lot of the rest of the region, section, however you want to put it. So, and they have the guard play to go along with it to make themselves a pretty balanced team, really good defense, and that should show through here tonight, I think, unless Spring Mills comes out here and surprises us, which they very well could. You never know.
Yeah, Spring Mills playing its best basketball seemingly as of late. Right now on a 4-game winning streak are the Lady Cardinals, winners of 6 of the last 7 outings for them as well, sitting at 8-15 overall on the year under the first-year head coach Kara Hessen. And believe it or not, Spring Mills actually scores on average more points per game than this Martinsburg Bulldog team who comes in tonight 15-4 overall. Spring Mills 46.2 points per game. Martinsburg scores 45.4 points per game. So it's not much, but on the other side, as you mentioned, Dylan, a little while ago, the way Martinsburg wants to win things is through their defense, one of the best in the state in that aspect. Looking at how many points they hold teams to on average per game, 31.9 on average, and that is a tremendous feat for any team within the Mountain State.
Right, it's one thing to not score a lot of points. It's another thing to also give up a lot of points. So sometimes you can just look at something like that and say, well, hey, Spring Mills actually scores more points per game. It's only one side of the ball.
And also to add on top of that, they allow 55 points per game. Did not throw that in the mix.
Right, see, that sort of thing. Point differential ends up being the important thing there. The amount that you score versus the amount that you give up, because there's a lot of different ways. It's the same sport, but you can play it a few different ways. Martinsburg's a type that wants to slow the game down, limit the amount of possessions that both sides sort of have, cater to their defense to say, the way that you're going to score a lot of points on us is by getting a lot of possessions on us, and we're not going to let you do that. We're going to slow it down, make sure that our defense can be what drives the flow of the game, and that's their strength, and that's worked incredibly well for them this year. And whereas Spring Mills likes to play a little faster, and sometimes they can get out of control doing that, but they have some players that you can really, they show some flashes, if nothing else, like Gabriella Ball and Faith Bush so far this year. This is a fairly young team, only 2 seniors, being Bush and Tori Henry. So the rest of the team will come back next year. So I think this is, at the very least, if they aren't able to get the win tonight or get a win next Wednesday in the regionals, they can at least use this as a building block season, bring back most of the team next year, try to be competitive tonight if nothing else, and, who knows, maybe pull off the upset of all upsets here so far this year on the girls' side.
Yeah, it's arguably, for the Spring Mill side, the biggest game of a majority of this team's career, because you look at last year's team, the team that made it to the state tournament, won the section, were co-champions of the region since 2 teams make it out of the region. Only one returner from last year's team, and that is Faith Bush. And the way they did that was going through this Martinsburg team, who has a lot of returners from that team last year and have been playing very good basketball as well on their side, winners of 9 of the last 10 games for them, with that one loss coming most recently 44-42 here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse against Musselman, the only blemish for Martinsburg in the Eastern Panhandle, but still a team that is ranked within the top 10 of the state of West Virginia in the AP poll. And it'll be a fun one tonight here for the section championship, as Martinsburg already on the floor taking some warm-ups as we are 17 minutes, 20 seconds away from tip-off. Spring Mills getting ready to join them here in a few brief moments. We'll step aside, take our first 2-minute break on the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off, and on the other side of that break, we'll hear from the head coaches of both Spring Mills and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as we get you set for the 4A Region 2 Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship tonight between the Spring Mills Cardinals and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. It's now time for our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rocks. We'll start off with the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Ronnie Fitzpatrick, followed by the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Kara Hessen. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Ronnie Fitzpatrick. Coach Fitzpatrick, your team gets the 1 seed in the section, has had some time to rest. What was the mindset during that, and what did you guys kind of decide to do, taking that time?
We'll just tighten up on the loose ends, continue to make sure we focus on the things that we do well, making sure that we focus on our defensive rotation, make sure that we work on executing on the offensive end, and, our last outing was a loss, so we had to tie up that. So.
You mentioned that last outing. It was here at home against Musselman, a regional opponent. Very close game, but you guys, as you said, unfortunately on the losing end. What kind of just happened to have that result in that game that you're trying to make sure doesn't happen tonight?
Well, our defense, I say it every time, and I know I sound like a broken record, but we didn't come out and we didn't play our style of defense at the beginning of the game. We tried not to lose that game instead of trying to win that game. So that's something that we've worked on, something we've talked about, something that I'm really excited to see how they respond to. We're going up against a really good Spring Mills team who's probably playing their best basketball of the year. So it'll be a great test for us, and I'm excited to see how we perform.
Speaking of Spring Mills, it's a rematch from last year's sectional championship that was at their place. However, it kind of feels like the roles are almost flipped, maybe some would say, for you guys being the favorites tonight, being the 1 seed. How do you, though, still make sure the mindset is the right mindset for your team to focus in and get a win?
Well, one of the things that I stressed and I put on the board is new season. Everybody's 0-0. So we've got to understand that. And I know technically we still play a game, but if you lose this game, you put yourself in a tough spot to do what we need to do the following week. So everybody's 0-0 right now. We need to handle, our business tonight and, play good sound defense, execute on the offensive end, and perform.
The way the section and region postseason is set up here for this region, what in your mind are some of the benefits of getting the 1 seed, and maybe what are some of the negatives, if any, of getting the 1 seed?
Yeah, I don't know that there's necessarily any negatives being the 1 seed. You get to host, which is big. A lot of times, playing at these other schools, you get, the momentum swing in all sports is really big. So when you're playing away, you involve their student sections, more of their fans, more of their, they're at home. So being the 1 seed, it gives us hopefully a leg up to have the 1 seed going into the regional game if we're able to win. So I don't think there's any negatives. We just got to make sure that we do our job tonight.
What's your main priorities for your team tonight on that defensive side of the ball? Who are you watching out for on Spring Mill's side?
Oh, well, they've got a few really good players. Of course, Bree King is an outstanding ball player. But they've got other players. Gabby looks to make sure that she drives and can knock down jumpers. Faith, a senior, who's just really playing good basketball right now. And then they've got some younger players that are doing well as well. So I won't give you our whole game plan, but we've got to watch out for them. They're a really good team in emerging, and I guarantee you they're coming in here believing that they can beat us.
Anything else, Coach?
No, just other than I'm really happy for my girls. We got 5 seniors, and just coming full circle to where we are now. A lot of them, I don't necessarily want to, give the cliche that they were counted out, but a lot of them, I don't know where their love was for basketball. And probably the most proud moment for me is watching them walk into the practice gym. Not that they're that excited to practice, but they're excited to be with each other. They're excited to be around. We had the opportunity the other day to go watch the sectional semifinals all together as a team, as a family. And I'm just really excited about that. So I'm very proud of my 3 seniors. Ania Gideon, Haley Martin, Cadence Bradley, Serenity Ritchie, and Chloe Irvin.
Best of luck tonight, Coach. Appreciate the time as always.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your support.
Now joined by the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Kara Hessen. Coach Hessen, your team gets the win on Tuesday to advance here to the sectional championship tonight. Let's talk a little bit about that game first against Hedgesville. What do you like from your team, and what were some things maybe that you weren't so happy with from them?
Well, actually, I was happy with the whole entire process. One of the things we knew was going to happen was he was going to come in and try to stall the ball. So our whole key was let's get the ball and let's get a jump. Let's full court press from the jump to try to stop him from doing that. And I think we did a pretty good job of doing that. So I was impressed with overall our entire gameplay on Tuesday. Intensity was up. Defense was great. Missed some layups. Few turnovers that I didn't like, but again, we clean those up and hopefully won't see them tonight.
Your team seemingly playing the best basketball that they've had all season. You guys on a win streak right now. What has really been something that has stood out in your mind as the head coach that has really been clicking that maybe wasn't there in the early part of the season?
The chemistry with these girls has finally just it came together. It's clicked. Their bond on and off the court. I've talked about that Tuesday. It is great to see a group of 11 girls that just get along without any drama. I don't know how many high school varsity coaches can say that right now, and I think that transposes over onto the court. I think our defense really has been key for me. Something that I felt like we needed to key in on, and that's what we've been after in practice. And a lot of people have seen a 1-2-2 out of us here lately at the end of the regular season. And I feel like we perfected that, and our man defense has picked up intensely. So I think that has played a big, huge role in the wins that we've had here lately.
The first year for you as head coach. When we first talked, you expressed how young your team is, the only returner from last year's team being Faith Bush, and now here you guys are yet again with you as a first-year head coach back in a sectional championship, a rematch against Martinsburg at their place. How do you make sure that your team
is prepared for a game like this with a sectional championship on the line, and how exciting is it for you as the head coach as well to be in this position in year one?
It's very exciting. One, to be, an alumni of Martinsburg High School is exciting to be back here as an opposing coach to be playing against them, But as far as our play, it's just we're gonna just keep doing what we've been doing. We're not gonna change anything. I mean, it's working, and we've just been getting at it in practice. We haven't stopped. We've taken some extra steps as far as like end of the season. Cell phones go up when they walk into the locker room at 2:45. No cell phones. They don't get them till the end of practice. Just no distractions. We're coming in. We're getting a 2.5-hour practice of just straight basketball, and the kids are focused. They're geared in. They're balled in. They're ready to go. So I'm excited.
Anything else, Coach?
No, ready to go.
Thank you. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly. Rocks. We're just under 6.5 minutes away from opening tip for the 4A Region 2 Section 1 Championship. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break on the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off, and when we return, we'll get you tonight's keys to the game and starting lineups. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
On January 18th, Rob Blair was appointed by the Berkeley County Commission to fill the vacancy of sheriff. A retired captain with the West Virginia State Police, Rob Blair is putting his 35 years of experience and training in law enforcement, administration, and supervision to work for the citizens of Berkeley County. A vote for Rob Blair for sheriff is a vote for honesty, integrity, professionalism, and proven leadership. Paid for by Committee to elect Rob Blair for sheriff.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Welcome back here to the Martinsburg Field House. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our cameraman is John Alderton. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, as a developing story here that hopefully won't be too much, if any, of a factor. Over to the right side of the gym, directly in front of where you typically have not only the cheerleaders but the Martinsburg student section. A bucket is put into place as we have a little bit of a drip from a leak up above in the rafters from the rain going on outside. Hopefully there's no other spots in the gym that occurs, and that will be the only issue, and it's not an issue to play any factor tonight, but something to definitely keep an eye on. 3 minutes away from tip-off. Let's now get tonight's keys to the game, as the key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Dylan, tonight's keys to the game.
I'll start with Spring Mills. I think what they really need to do is make sure that they don't give Martinsburg extra opportunities to score the ball, and that means offensive rebounds and turnovers. Don't let Martinsburg be able to get out in transition and score those easy points there, and don't let them get those offensive rebounds that they can get second chance points on after their first missed shot of the possession. For Martinsburg, I want to see them dominate the paint because I think that they can do that against a lot of teams. And it feels like a lot of times they don't really do it to the level that it feels like they should or could. And when you have Cadence Bradley and Serenity Ritchie and Addie Strovel off the bench, who are at 6'6", 6 foot, and 6'1", respectively, and then look at Spring Mills, who they have two players who are 6 foot exactly, Erica Sampson and Sanaya Wyand. And outside of that, you have one player at 5'9", and then no one who's above 5'7". So I think Spring Mills is one of these teams that Martinsburg can use that size advantage inside and score those points in the paint.
So that's tonight's keys to the game as both teams head over to their respective benches a little bit ahead of schedule here, as there's still a minute 20 left on the clock for warm-ups, but both teams, it looks like, ready and amped up to go. Let's get you tonight's starting lineups, which are brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call them at 304-263-4343. Or start off with the visiting Spring Mills Cardinals, who come in to tonight's section championship, 8-15 overall, and coached by first-year head coach Kara Hessen. Starting tonight for Spring Mills, you have number 11, Gabriella Ball, number 13, Erica Sampson, number 20, Faith Bush, number 23, Brianna King, number 32, Tori Henry rounds out the starting five for the Spring Mills Cardinals. On the other side, the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs, 15-4 overall on the year, coached by second-year head coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick. Starting tonight for the Bulldogs is number 14, Haley Martin, number 20, Chloe Irving, number 21, Tiana Sanabria, number 34, Cadence Bradley, number 42, Serenity Ritchie. As the horn sounds, the PA announcer will get the starting five in the national anthem as well. Tonight's officiating crew, an interesting crew tonight. Ron Watkins, Ryan Potts, and Terrence Washington, the officiating crew tonight here for the section championship. And what makes it interesting is congratulations to those three gentlemen as well, as they have been named to officiate the state tournament games as well later on here at the end of the season in Charleston. So congratulations to Ron Watkins, Ryan Potts, and Terrence Washington. Right now there on the screen, you see them from left to right. It's Terrence Washington, Ryan Potts, and then Ron Watkins. So we'll step aside and take a 3-minute break back at the studio, Nick. A 3-minute break, and then we'll be back for tonight's opening tip-off. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on certified experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred compensation plan. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
We welcome you back as we are set for opening tip-off, which is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. It'll be Bree King jumping up against Cadence Bradley. Spring Mills in the all-blue road uniforms, Martinsburg in the home white uniforms here as we are getting ready to be underway for the 4A Region 2 Section 1 Championship, and the tip is won by Martinsburg. Irving with it over into the left side, goes down low immediately to Bradley. Turnaround jumper, rolls around the rim, and good by Cadence Bradley. And Martinsburg takes an early 2-0 lead.
And that should be the game plan right there. Keep going back to that.
Full court press broken quickly by Spring Mills. Left wing three off the mark as the shot up by Sampson, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds, last touched by Martinsburg. King quickly inbounds it, lobs it over the head of a few defenders. It's caught by Ball, who swings it over to the right side for Henry. He goes to the corner for Bush, back to Henry. Her shot from the right elbow, no good. Gets her own rebound, and then the next shot's rejected by Bradley into the left corner, recovered by Sampson, and now her pass is stolen by Ritchie. Martinsburg back the other way. She loses her dribble off her foot. Got deflected by King to go off the foot of Ritchie. It rolls out of bounds. It'll be Spring Mills basketball, 7:14 here in the opening quarter left. It's still Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills nothing. King with the basketball. Long pass over to Henry, who passes down low to Ball, wide open in the paint, and Ball will bank it in, and we're tied at 2, a minute in.
They broke the press perfectly that time. It's a good job by Spring Mills.
Santabria with the basketball, dribbling over to the left wing for Martinsburg. Apologies here right now on TV 10, trying to get the picture back for you, and it's back. Irving. Pass intercepted by King. King 1v1. Euro step. Layup too strong. Rebounded by Santabria for Martinsburg. She looks down the court as Ritchie. Ritchie pump fakes. Puts a shot up at the left side. It's good. Martinsburg retakes the lead 4-2.
The King just took that down the court a little too much out of control, and you saw the difference in how Ritchie went the other way with it.
Ball shot, no good. Rebounded by Martin. Martin dribbling down the court for Martinsburg on the right side. Stops at the wing. Picks up her dribble, looks over to the left. It's Santabria catching it, driving in. Put up a shot. It's rejected by Bush. Recovered by Ritchie for Martinsburg. Goes to Martin. 5:55 left in the first quarter. It's Martinsburg 4, Spring Mills 2. Martin will bounce pass to Ritchie. Passes over to the left corner. It's caught by Santabria. Santabria picks up her dribble. Passes over to the right side for Irving. Irving looking for somebody, trying to get it down low to Bradley, who's guarded very closely by Sampson, not giving her any space. They finally go down low to Bradley. Bradley gets hacked on the floor before the shot. And with 5:32 left in the first, we have our first foul.
Yeah, Sampson started fronting Bradley so that you couldn't even get the entry pass into the post, and eventually just Bradley won the positioning to get herself open for the pass and immediately fouled her.
It's the first foul against Sampson, team first, as the inbound deflected out of bounds by Bush, who swung in there to tip it away from Bradley.
Spring Mills is responding quick double teams on Bradley as soon as she catches the ball.
Most teams do. Inbound.
You got Sampson face guarding Bradley too.
Ritchie shot up. No good. Rebounded by Martin, but she steps out of bounds, and it's Spring Mills basketball. Yeah, that'll be key, as Sampson, one of the taller Spring Mills players, as you said, face guarding Bradley, who now goes to the bench. Checking in for her will be Strobel. Bush's pass deflected, stolen now by Irving, who goes to Santabria at the left block. Her shot no good, rebounded by Spring Mills. It's King going coast to coast, right side layup, no good, but a foul called with 5:07 left in the first. That'll send King to the free throw line for 2 shots for Spring Mills, with an opportunity to tie as it's Martinsburg 4, Spring Mills 2.
Just watching the Martinsburg bench right now, I think Fitzpatrick took Bradley to the bench for a minute because she was getting a little frustrated with the way that Sampson was, or just Spring Mills in general, was playing defense against her, and probably from the look on her face, I assume she's getting some contact down there that no one except her is noticing.
First free throw up and good by King, as it's now 4-3. Second free throw up. No good, rebounded by Martinsburg's Irving, and her pass to Santabria is tipped out of bounds by King. So the possession is Martinsburg's. 5:03 left in the first quarter. Martinsburg 4, Spring Mills 3. Santabria brings it down the floor now from Martinsburg, passing it midcourt over to the left wing. It's caught by Irving. It goes to Martin, back to Irving, down low, layup off the glass and in. It's the give and go, gives Martinsburg now a 6-3 lead.
Well-executed offense there. Good ball movement, good screens.
Trap at midcourt. Bush's pass deflected. Still Spring Mills ball. It's Bush at the top of the key. We have a foul called. No, we have a travel violation only called. Saw somebody fall to the floor, so wasn't sure what the call was going to be, but they say only a travel against Bush, but the turnover still gives the ball to Martinsburg. Irving brings it down the court now. Excuse me, that's actually Santabria, not Irving. She'll pass over to Irving, who goes to Martin. Pass now to Ritchie at the top of the key for Martinsburg. Ritchie starts her dribble twice and goes over to Santabria, hands it to her, who goes down low to Bradley. Bradley shot up and in, and Bradley's fired up as the lead now 8-3 for Martinsburg. Stolen now off the inbound. Santabria long 2 off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ritchie, an offensive rebound for Martinsburg. Ritchie goes to Bradley, 3. No good, too strong off the backside of the rim, and rebounded by Spring Mills. 3:50 left, clock winding down in the first as the pass goes through the arms of King, but she recovers it just in front of the Martinsburg bench. Now dribbles over towards the score table and eventually towards midcourt. She'll pass over to the left side. It's caught by Ball. Ball tries to fire a pass down low over the head of Bush. It's deflected, last touch by Martinsburg. So it'll be Spring Mills ball as now we have a line change. It's our first quarter. Brought to you by here on CV10 Brown Funeral Home and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home that's proudly served our area since 1880, as well as CMA's Honda of Winchester. CMA moving lives forward as the inbound stolen by Green. Green goes coast to coast. Her layup too low off the bottom of the rim, no good. And now we have a timeout as Bush was trapped underneath the basket as Coach Hessen takes the first timeout. 3:25 left in the first. It's Martinsburg 8, Spring Mills 3. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for tonight's Class 4A Region 2 Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship. So the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs currently hold a 8-3 lead over the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals. Out on the court right now for Martinsburg, you have Nelson, Underwood, Gideon, Green, and Strovel. For Spring Mills, it is King, Henry, looks like Ball, as well as Bush. And lastly, out there, I'm trying to see who that is. It looks like it's Sampson. So still the starting five for Spring Mills as we have a brief pause in action. Not sure what exactly for. I did see one Martinsburg player have to run out of the gymnasium. I'm not sure if that is the issue or not. But the three officials coming over to the Martinsburg bench. And it looks like that is the issue, which results in a technical foul called against Martinsburg. So during that timeout there, you had Chloe Irving run out of the gym over on the far right side doors. Not speculating as to why, but it results in a technical, and Spring Mills will now have a pair of free throws.
Well, I guess that situation never really comes up, so it wouldn't have known that it's a technical foul for that, but I suppose it is. There she is.
Irving has returned. And we'll return to action with the free throws. First free throw shot up and good. It's Henry shooting the free throws for the technical for Spring Mills, making it 8-4. Second free throw up, off the front of the rim, and no good. So 8-4 is our score. 3:25 left in the first. Martinsburg in the lead. Spring Mills basketball. After the tech, they'll inbound it at midcourt on the far side. In the backcourt, it's caught by Brianna King. Pass it across midcourt over on the left to Ball. Ball passes to the right side. It's caught by Bush behind the arc. They swing it around. Pump fake over to Bush, who takes a right wing three. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Tipped around, rebounded by Strover, who goes to Nelson, and she'll dribble down the court now for Martinsburg over to the right side. Pivots and passes back over to Green, who goes to Underwood, who swings it over to the left for Gideon. Gideon trying to find some space. Loses her dribble, but it goes into the hands of Green, who kicks it out to Underwood for Martinsburg. He'll hand it back to Green. Martinsburg slowing things down here with the 5 out on the court offensively. Green goes over to the right wing, chucks up a three. It's no good. Rebounded by Spring Mills as Sampson, but it's stripped out of her hands, and Martinsburg gets the steal. Green standing on the Bulldog logo at midcourt. Now one hand passes over to Strovel at the right wing. Strovel, guarded by Sampson, passes down low. It's caught by Underwood at the post. She tries to pass to Gideon, who is open on the left side of the post. It goes through her hands to Green, who drives in, puts up a floater. It's no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg, and now we have a foul called down low with 2 minutes, 10 seconds left here in quarter number one. And that'll send Strovel to the line for 2 shots, and I believe I heard that is the second foul called against Sampson for Spring Mills, and the team second as well of the quarter.
Spring Mills is in a tough spot where, do you play zone? Do you play man? Spring Mills team doesn't match up very well in just straight man-to-man, where you have matchups. Someone's got a guard, Strovel, Bradley, Ritchie. And it looks like they've decided to go with zone against the bench unit for Martinsburg.
Both free throws missed by Strovel as the ball now on the ground, and we have a jump ball called, possession arrow. Looks like giving the ball to Spring Mills. Inbound to King. King passes the ball back to King on the bounce pass. She's on the right side, weaving through traffic, puts up a layup. It rattles around and in by King. It's now 8-6 Martinsburg.
It's a nice drive there. Martinsburg needed to do a better job of stopping the ball there.
Underwood over to Nelson. Nelson in trouble. Passes to Strovel at the right elbow, and Strovel falls down, kicks the ball. It's stolen now by Spring Mills as that kick was unintentional. It's King with it. Euro step, somehow gets the layup off as she's fouled going into the stands. As King goes to the free throw line. Great moves there, somehow weaving through three Bulldogs, Dylan.
Right. This has been, I think King has really been one of, if not the most impressive player for Spring Mills throughout this year. Just a junior, so be back next year as well. Martinsburg's bench has not had a great run here in this first quarter against what is still mostly the starting five for Spring Mills.
First free throw by King is good. Second one also good, and we're tied up at 8 now. Minute 30 left in the first quarter.
I believe it was 8-3 when Martinsburg went to the bench. And here come the starters.
Yep, starting five heading over to the score table, and an offensive foul called with a minute 24 left. So that will result in a turnover and give the ball to Spring Mills. Now it looks like that foul will be charged against Green of Martinsburg, her first team second, and here comes the starting five for the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs. Waiting for confirmation as to which way possession's supposed to be. It is Spring Mills, says the officials, and here we go. It's King with it. She has 5 points tonight, leading the way for the Lady Cardinals. This pass back from, it looked like Homer trying to get it to King, was stolen. Martinsburg with it. It's Irving. Passing to Santa Maria. Santa Maria thinks about the long three. Instead goes to Ritchie, who puts up a three. It's no good. Rebounded by Martin. Martin out to Santa Maria to Ritchie. Ritchie pump fakes at the top of the key. Gets triple team, which leaves Bradley wide open, but her shot is no good. 48.6 seconds left as we have a stoppage. It looks like a foul called against Martinsburg.
I think Bradley had a frustration foul after the missed basket there. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you're too wide open, even on a layup. I guess. I think she just turned too quickly, knowing that how open she was, and didn't take the time to, adjust to her position.
Free throw up and no good by King, as that was the fifth team foul for Martinsburg. So King has the double bonus, and she misses them both. It's rebounded by Bradley for Martinsburg. 40 seconds left in the first, clock winding down. Santa Maria with it at midcourt as we're tying up at 8 apiece here in the section championship. Ritchie over to Martin. Martin pump fakes for three at the left wing, then dribbles over the top of the key. Back to Ritchie, goes down low to Bradley. Bradley, turnaround shot no good. She gets her own rebound. Second shot no good. Third time is off the bank and in by Bradley, who gives Martinsburg a 10-8 lead with 15 seconds left. Spring Mills lobs the pass down to Henry. Henry goes to Ball. Ball puts up a floater. It's no good. Too strong. Rebounded by Santa Maria. 10 seconds left. Clock going down. Santa Maria still with the basketball, dribbling at the right wing. Goes over to Irving. Bradley down low. And Bradley gets tied up with 0.7 seconds left. Possession arrow keeps it with Martinsburg, who has time for catch and a shot. They're up 10-8. We'll see what they can do. Inbound pass in the left corner. And no shot off in time as Santa Maria tried to take a dribble and didn't have the time for it. So at the end of the first, it's Martinsburg 10, Spring Mills 8. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for state senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
On January 18th, Rob Blair was appointed by the Berkeley County Commission to fill the vacancy of sheriff. A retired captain with the West Virginia State Police, Rob Blair is putting his 35 years of experience and training in law enforcement, administration, and supervision to work for the citizens of Berkeley County. A vote for Rob Blair for sheriff is a vote for honesty, integrity, professionalism, and proven leadership. Paid for by Committee to elect Rob Blair for sheriff.
We welcome you back here as Spring Mills will start off with possession for quarter number 2 in the Quad A Region 2 Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship. Our score, Martinsburg 10, Spring Mills 8. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me on the call is Dylan Bishop. Cameraman is John Alderton. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. You'll hear from him at halftime, hopefully with the score from the Section 2 championship as well as some boys basketball scores as Spring Mills has it. It's Bush getting tied up down low with Santa Bria. The possession arrow on the tie-up gives the ball to Martinsburg. It'll be Tiana Santa Bria bringing it down the court off the dribble now for the Bulldogs at midcourt. She's met by King. She'll dribble over to the left side right in front of the Spring Mills bench, picking up her dribble, firing a pass down low for Ritchie. Turns around, finds Martin. Martin's shot from the right post, no good. Rebounded by Ritchie, tips it right back to Martin, and Martin puts it up and in as Martinsburg now leads 12-8. Quickly back the other way goes Spring Mills, breaking the press with ease, and we have a foul down at the left post as Sampson puts up a shot that is no good. So that'll send Sampson to the line. 2 shots.
I'm here when we got a final for Spring Mills boys, 63-51. They got the win against Wheeling Park.
So there you go. The best ranked team in the state of West Virginia in boys basketball gets the win over the number 7 Wheeling Park Patriots as Sampson's first free throw is good, making it 12-9. Second free throw rattles around the rim. It's no good, keeping it at 12-9 Martinsburg with 7:15 left in the second. It's Martin. Down low to Bradley. It was too high even for Bradley. Standing at 6'6", had her arm stretched all the way out, only could tip it. It's tipped to Spring Mills.
If they would have been able to limit offensive rebounds so far in this game, Spring Mills would be winning. But that's the second chance points for Martinsburg are what are keeping them ahead.
Now we have a travel called against Spring Mills as that was ball, I believe, falling down. So turnover, Martinsburg basketball. Irving at the top of the key, passing from Martin. Martin catches it, goes to Ritchie. Ritchie over back to Irving at the right wing. She'll drive in half the lane, puts up a layup too strong off the glass, gets her own rebound. The put back too strong as well. Now tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Spring Mills, Martinsburg ball. Martin looking for somebody to inbound to. Has Ritchie wide open in the paint. She'll say thank you very much, and it's 14-9 Martinsburg.
Spring Mills just lost her, and it's not the first time that's happened on an inbound.
It happened with the 0.7 seconds left, and they didn't go to her.
Yep.
Irving with the basketball now for Martinsburg. Off the rebound, they go to Martin. Martin for 3, it's good. 17-9 now, Martinsburg leads.
If they can hit some of those, the Bulldogs are going to be tough to beat tonight.
Ball drives in on the right side. Layup no good, but
another foul
because
on
of a
Martin.
foul called against Haley Martin. That is her second, team second of the quarter.
It's 2 that she's picked up in quick succession. So better be careful. Still 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
5:58 left as the first free throw up by Ball and good, making it 17-10. Martinsburg on top of Spring Mills as some subs check in for both sides.
Richie and Martin sit down.
I believe it was
Strovel and Gideon.
Strovel
Yeah.
checking in for Martinsburg as the second free throw up and good by Ball. The substitute that came in for Spring Mills was Homer. Santa Maria with it, passing over to Gideon, who gives it right back. Santa Maria now passes to Bradley. Bradley goes to Irving at the right wing, who finds Strovel down low at the post. Strovel turns around, puts it up and in. It's now 19-11, Martinsburg. King the other way has her shot rejected down low by Bradley. And now Martinsburg upping the tempo. It's Gideon, left side, coast to coast. Layup is good. 10-point lead for Martinsburg. Spring Mills will call a timeout with 5:20 left in the second. It's Martinsburg 21, Spring Mills 11. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball and Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Back in third.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565, depending on certified experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred compensation plan. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Welcome back here. Spring Mills basketball after the timeout. It's King lobbing it down low to Ball. Ball gets double teamed as she dribbles out of it. Goes up top for Sampson, who passes down low over now. Kicking it over to the right side. Three-pointer by Henry in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Santa Maria dribbles down on the left side. Goes down low to Strovel. Strovel catches it. Turnaround shot up and good by Strovel as Martinsburg continues to dominate the paint. It's 23-11.
Spring Mills, with a lot less depth, is starting to get a little tired.
Quick shot by Ball. Misses. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Santa Maria with it. Goes down low to Strovel. Strovel tries to keep the hot hand going. This time the shot no good. Rebounded by Spring Mills. Ball to King. King, right side layup. Too strong as she kind of slowed things down, waiting for Cadence Bradley. Now we have a timeout called by Martinsburg with 4:14 left as Coach Fitzpatrick decides just to give his team a break instead of trying to start a bit of a track meet. We'll keep things here, get our second quarter sponsors. Score Martinsburg 23, Spring Mills 11. Second quarter is brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. Online at Orsinis.com, as well as Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President, and Lieutenant Governor, a fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Let's re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. And right now the big difference is just points in the paint for the Bulldogs, and that's as expected because of their height advantage.
It's the way that it should be. Strovel and Bradley, especially Strovel. Strovel has done really well off the bench so far. But the rest of the Martinsburg bench has started to kick things into gear a little bit, get it out in transition, score some points there, kind of speed the pace up. And like I said, Spring Mills going into their bench a lot less. So these starters out here are going to get tired.
Nelson with it for Martinsburg. Goes over to Gideon. Left wing three around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Irving. Irving tried to go up with the putback, but had it held in a possession arrow on the jump ball. Give the ball to Spring Mills. 3:55 left in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 23, Spring Mills 11. Ball passes all the way across to Henry. He puts up a 3, and it's good from the right wing by Henry. 23-14's our score now. Nelson running the point for Martinsburg. Passes over to Irving at the left wing. Irving passes to Ritchie. Swings it over to Gideon at the right wing. Gideon gets a screen by Strovel. She'll pass it to Ritchie, back to Gideon. Gideon goes to the high post, down low to the low post for Strovel with the pass, who kicks it out to Irving. Long 2 from the right corner, no good. Offensive rebound by Gideon. It's now Nelson with the basketball again for Martinsburg. Passing back to Gideon. Long 3-pointer is good from the left side by Gideon. Martinsburg now takes a 26-14 lead. Long pass to the left corner. Caught by Henry. Now a steal as Ball couldn't keep her dribble. Falling down, it's stolen by Nelson. Nelson tries to go down low to Strovel, and Strovel was getting knocked around as the pass deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Spring Mills will be Martinsburg basketball. Substitute checking in for Strovel is Underwood. 2:48 left in our first half. Gideon to inbound from Martinsburg. Goes to Irving. Irving thinks about the 3. Instead tries to pass it down low to Underwood. The pass tipped around. Stolen now by Spring Mills. As King goes down the court. Has one man to beat. Passes over to the right corner to Homer. Homer instead goes to Henry. Back to Homer. 3. Too strong. No good. Rebounded by Nelson. Nelson with it now for Martinsburg. Goes over to the right side. Picks up her dribble, pass to Irving, who goes to Underwood to Gideon as they swing it around the left side. We'll see him go back to the right. It's Nelson. Down low, pass again intercepted as Spring Mills. Each time Nelson tries to go down low is reading it here.
And that's a smart strategy for Spring Mills. Try to deny the ball from ever getting into the paint. Because once it's Ritchie or Strovel or Bradley with the ball in the paint, a lot of times it's going to be 2 points.
2:12 left in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 26, Spring Mills 14. The inbound to Ritchie goes down low to Underwood. Underwood kicks it out to Ritchie. Ritchie with it now at the top of the key, picks up her dribble, goes to Gideon, catching it in the right corner, drives in, kicks it out to Underwood. He goes back to Ritchie at the top of the key. Ritchie passes back to Santabria, left wing 3, no good. But it's going to bounce all the way out near midcourt and finally brought in by Martinsburg's Gideon.
It wasn't a good shot by Santabria, but luckily they got a long bounce off of it and got the rebound.
Gideon over to Ritchie, back to Gideon at the top of the key. She'll pass over to the right side at the volleyball line. It's Santabria, back to Gideon. Minute and a half left in the second quarter. Martinsburg, it looks like, just content with playing keep away, keeping possession, and the 12-point lead in hand here in the first half. Gideon just standing at the volleyball line, now passes over to Ritchie, who passes it right back. She'll go over to the right side now. It's Santabria with it at that volleyball line. She'll pass over to the left side of the volleyball line for Gideon.
I think Spring Mills is content to just give themselves a little bit of a break and not be down by any more at halftime.
They now pass to Ritchie. Ritchie points Gideon over the left corner and passes it there. Go to Bradley. Bradley to Santabria. Under a minute left. Got 40 seconds. They go down low to Bradley, who kicks it out to Underwood. Underwood pump fakes. Drives in. Shot up. No good. She gets her own rebound. Somehow gets it out to Bradley. Her 3 is good. Cadence Bradley from the top of the key now has 9 points. And that's a great possession by the Bulldogs, taking a minute off the clock and extending the lead to 15.
Absolutely.
Spring Mills responds with a 3 to quiet the crowd, as that's Homer in the right corner.
They needed that. They need some sort of offense here to close out the half.
Ritchie, 14 seconds left. It's 29-17. 12-point lead for Martinsburg against Spring Mills. 8 seconds. Bradley gets the ball down low, puts up a hook shot. It's no good. Rebounded by King. King, 3, 2, dribbles behind her back, puts up a shot. And it's no good as she couldn't get it to go. And at halftime, our score, Martinsburg 29, Spring Mills 17. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Our halftime show is brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com at the half of the Quad A Region 2 Section 1 Championship in high school girls basketball. It's Martinsburg 29, Spring Mills 17. Dylan, quickly, first half thoughts.
I think that Martinsburg's done a good job of getting the ball inside into the paint, and they've done a good job on the other end of not letting Spring Mills do much in the paint themselves. It's been tough for Spring Mills to go up against Bradley and Ritchie down low and get points at the rim, get good shots there. And I think overall Martinsburg just having more depth has started to catch up with Spring Mills towards the end of the half. A lot of the starters for the Cardinals playing a lot of minutes, compared to the Bulldogs, who had a lot of bench players out there rotating in and out, fresher, and you could kind of see that as the half went on and Martinsburg went on that run.
Let's get to our first half stats, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Starting off with the first half stats for Spring Mills, leading the way with 5 points is Brianna King. You have Tori Henry with 4 points, along with Gabby Ball with 4 points. Jocelyn Homer has 3 points, and then Erica Sampson has 1 point. For Martinsburg, it's Cadence Bradley, the leading scorer overall, with 9 points. Haley Martin has 5, along with Anaya Gideon with 5 points as well. Serenity Ritchie and Eddie Strovel have 4 points each, and then lastly, it is Chloe Irving with 2 points. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with a halftime score from the Section 2 championship, as well as the Spring Mills boys game, and maybe even Musselman boys as well. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
We welcome you in here, excuse me, to the halftime scoreboard update. I'm Nick Verzolini here at the half. Your score, Martinsburg on top of Spring Mills, 29-17. Over in Section 2, it is Washington, 25, Musselman, 24 at the half, as the Applemen hold the the Patriots hold the 1-point lead over the Applemen. The winner of that game will win that section, of course, and face the loser of this game. And, of course, the winner of this game will face the loser of that game. Also, as Colin and Dylan mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Spring Mills defeated Wheeling Park here tonight, 63-51 in boys basketball. Loke Youth Smith led the way with 21 points, and Spring Mills bounces back after its loss to Frederick. In the NBA tonight, the Wizards are off, but the Cavs trail the Magics 40-30. The Pacers lead the Pistons 46-26. Knicks over the 76ers 41-27. Raptors lead the Nets 32-24. And the Suns lead the Mavericks early in the first quarter, 15-12. No real NCAA men's basketball tonight, as Top 25 doesn't really play on Friday. Capitals leading the Lightning right now in the first period, 2-0. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll send it back to Colin and Dylan for the start of the second half. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Again, your score here at the half, Martinsburg 29, Spring Mills 17. We're back in 2 minutes.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics have moved to a new location. Our RNI team has moved to a larger custom-designed suite on the third floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. RNI teams now located in the new Spring Mills office include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming patients at this new location in Spring Mills. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
On January 18th, Rob Blair was appointed by the Berkeley County Commission to fill the vacancy of sheriff, A retired captain with the West Virginia State Police, Rob Blair is putting his 35 years of experience and training in law enforcement, administration, and supervision to work for the citizens of Berkeley County. A vote for Rob Blair for sheriff is a vote for honesty, integrity, professionalism, and proven leadership. Paid for by Committee to Elect Rob Blair for Sheriff.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. The second half already underway. So far it's just been a missed shot by Cadence Bradley of Martinsburg and then a steal by Martinsburg, which is why they have possession right now. 30 seconds in to the third quarter. They bounce past the ball down low to Bradley, who fights her way through the paint, puts up a turnaround jumper. It's no good. Rebounded by Santabria. That one no good as well, and then it's deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Santabria. Spring Mills basketball. Score 29-17. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills here in the 4A Region 2 Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship. Haley Martin dives into the stands, saving the ball from going out of bounds and giving the ball to Martinsburg. Looks like she might have hurt her leg off the steps. She has the basketball now, looking overall okay. I'll pass over to Irving, who goes to Bradley. Bradley back to Irving at the right wing. She'll pass to Serenity Ritchie, who tells Irving to go down low now.
The Bulldogs are really taking their time on offense now with this lead.
It's Martin down low to Bradley. Bradley off the backboard and in. Bradley now has 11 points tonight.
Very well executed pick and roll. Didn't see a whole lot of that in the first half.
King passes over to the Sampson at the left corner. Sampson's pass intended for Henry gets tipped out of bounds by Irving into the Spring Mills bench. 6:24 left in the third quarter.
I think that's an adjustment from Coach Fitzpatrick because they were really just trying to work the ball around, more of a triangle offense type of deal. But if you're going to play man-to-man, you can run pick and roll.
31-17, Martinsburg leads Spring Mills. Again, winner of tonight's game will host the Section 2 runner-up, which as of right now would be Musselman as they trail 25-24. Last we heard from Nick against Washington. Washington would host Spring Mills on Wednesday next week as a shot no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg as Martinsburg's Gianna Santabria has it almost stolen by King. He'll go to Irving, down low to Ritchie. Ritchie in the paint, shot up, too strong off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Bush. Bush passes behind her. It's caught as Henry now brings it down the court for Spring Mills. And pass back to Bush. Bush passes to Gabby Ball. Ball with it, standing on top of the dog collar of the midcourt logo. And now go to Sampson. Sampson pump fakes out to Bush with the pass. She'll put up a long shot. Couldn't tell if it was a 2 or a 3 from the left wing, but either way it's no good. So we now have the rebound over in the right corner. A tie up. Possession arrow gives the ball back to Spring Mills.
This game feels like it is firmly where Martinsburg wants it to be, the slower pace. The longer that Spring Mills takes on their offensive possessions, the less of them that they're going to have, and a harder time that they're going to have coming back.
The inbound pass, the ball goes right back to the inbounder Bush, who was still out of bounds at the time of receiving the pass. The turnover results in Martinsburg ball. As Gideon will now check in for Santabria. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Slow start offensively to the second half. Only basket so far by Cadence Bradley of Martinsburg. Martin will be fouled in the backcourt by Ball. That's Ball's team first of the quarter.
I think there's kind of a catch-22 situation going on with Spring Mills here, where it feels like the best way for them to get back into this game is for them to push the pace. for them to get more possessions, get out in transition. But at the same time, they don't use a whole lot of their bench, especially compared to what Martinsburg does. I mean, I mentioned in the first half how it seemed like they were getting tired out there. So if you push the pace, you're going to fatigue your players, and then things could just get worse from there.
Quick foul on the inbound as King runs into Martinsburg Bulldog. Nia Gideon, who was catching it in the right corner. 2 quick fouls here in the quarter for Spring Mills as a pass down the court. Caught by Gideon, who goes to Bradley, passes to Ritchie. Ritchie dribbles over to the right wing, then passes down low to Bradley. Bradley tries to fight for leverage, puts up a shot. It's no good, but she got fouled by Sampson, as that's Sampson's third, team third of the quarter for Spring Mills. That'll send Bradley to the line to shoot 2.
It's really hard to defend Bradley. There's no other 6'6" players in the EPAC. Not much. They're very close, even, and especially on Spring Mills. The tallest player's at 6 foot, Sampson. And she's got 3 fouls trying to defend Bradley.
Bradley makes the first free throw, making it a 32-17 Martinsburg lead over Spring Mill. Second one is good as well, as Bradley now has a Baker's dozen, 13 points, and a 16-point lead for the Bulldogs.
And now Wyand is coming in for Sampson, the other 6 foot player on Spring Mills.
Haven't seen her so far, as we now have a travel violation called by Ball. Some frustration setting in for Coach Hessen, as looks like Fling's going to check in now for Spring Mills for Ball. 4:52 left in quarter number 3. Martinsburg basketball as they lead 33-17. The inbound down low to Bradley. Bradley turns around, puts it up with the left hand, and it's good by Cadence Bradley. She now has 15 points, making it 35-17 as the inbound deflected by Ritchie, stolen by Gideon, and now we have a foul, the free throw line called against Spring Mills. And that's the 4th team foul of the quarter with 4:40 left in the third.
It was a great read by Ritchie. It was like she was coming down like a safety, reading a pass over the middle of the field to get in the way of that inbound pass.
That's Henry's first foul for Spring Mills. It's Martin to inbound from Martinsburg. Finds Irving wide open in the left corner. Her 3 around the rim and no good, though. Rebounded by Spring Mills. Fling back to Ball, who just checked in. Ball with it, running the point for Spring Mills. Still dribbling on top of the midcourt logo. Now lobs the pass down low to King. She catches it in the paint, turns around, puts it up and in, making it 35-19. Back the other way, Martinsburg. Ritchie puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Bush. Bush sees the transition, goes down the court all alone. Right side layup is good by Bush. That's her first 2 points, as it's now 35-21.
And there you go. They're starting to pick up the pace a little bit, and they're getting a few baskets. But, again, that feels like the way that they're going to get back in this. But can they sustain it without getting tired?
Bradley again gets fouled down low. This time it's by Wyand. That'll send Bradley back to the free throw line.
They've just got nothing. They've got nothing for Cadence Bradley. They really, and it's not Spring Mills' fault. Yeah, really. There's only so much they can do.
Third quarter is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online at their new website, FordHagerstown.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. First free throw up and good by Bradley, who now has 16 points. Second free throw into the air. That is good as well. Make it 17 for Bradley. 37 in total for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, who has that 37-21 lead. 16-point deficit against Spring Mills.
They can take a little bit of a breath now that Bradley's headed to the bench, but it's Strovel checking in for Bradley, who has had a great game too.
Ball within at the left wing. She dribbles over to the top of the key, has her pass intended for Fling, stolen by Martinsburg's Gideon. Gideon left side. Went too quickly and just completely lost her dribble, bouncing it over her head. It goes out of bounds Last off, Martinsburg, Spring Mills basketball. King has it off the inbound for Spring Mills, calling out the play with her left hand, dribbling with her right. Now gives it over to the left, passes into the paint for Bush. Bush puts up a shot, and that's good. 37-23 now is the score. 3 minutes left in the third. Green with it for Martinsburg, dribbling over to the right wing is Green, down low, passing it to Strovel. Strovel fights against Wyan, puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Martin, and Martin goes over top of Fling and banks it in. 39-23 now, Martinsburg, back up by 16.
Just got out-rebounded. Again, the offensive boards for Martinsburg, they have been dominating.
Reach-in foul called against Gideon as she was trying to pick the pocket of Bree King. That's the first foul called against Gideon. Team first of the quarter for Martinsburg. Ball inbounded to King. King guarded by Martin. She'll dribble over the left wing, bounce past the top of the key to Bush. Bush finds King in the left corner, lob the pass over to her. She'll lob it over to the right side wing. Caught by Ball, goes back to King. She'll drive the baseline, put up a floater. It's around the rim, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Green of Martinsburg, giving the ball to Spring Mills. 2:18 left in the third quarter. King's inbound pass stolen by Martin for Martinsburg, and she'll dribble it down the floor and slow things down for the Bulldogs. Martin, Strovel, Santabria, right corner, three around the rim and good. Tiana Santabria, her first points of the night, making it 42-23. Martinsburg continues to pull away here in the section championship.
They can hit just enough three-pointers to keep you honest and have to go out there and guard them.
Ritchie now steals the ball from Martinsburg. She'll decide to slow things down as well and pick up her dribble and pass it to Green, waiting for the rest of the team to come down to the court. On the right side as Green now has it stolen by King. King dribbling, trying to regain it. Puts up a shot, it's good. Counted and the foul. Minute 28 left in the third as Green picks up her second foul. And now King goes to the free throw line with a three-point opportunity. It's 42-25. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills.
Bree King is going to be one of the best players in the EPAC next year. I don't know how good Spring Mills will be in general. Again, they bring back a lot of this year's team next year, only two seniors. Bree King is going to be one of those, be a senior next year. She impresses me a lot.
Free throw up and good by King. Now enters double figures at exactly 10 points tonight. It's 42-26. Minute 24 left. Stopping the clock with minute 23 as a foul called against King, reaching in to the hands of Santabria in the backcourt, as that's King's second, team fifth. So double bonus for Martinsburg here the rest of the way in the final 83 seconds of quarter number 3. Santabria at the free throw line. Shot up and good. Santabria making it 43-26. Takes her time. Shot up. That one too strong, no good by Santabria. Rebounded by Spring Mills. It's King going coast to coast, left side layup. Doesn't get that one to fall, but is fouled, sending King back to the free throw line.
It just feels like a big hole for Spring Mills to try to dig out of at this point. It doesn't seem like their defense has enough for these low post players from Martinsburg to slow them down for the rest of this third quarter and fourth quarter, enough to where they can get back into this game.
First free throw by Brianna King misses, keeping it at 43-26 Martinsburg. King second free throw up, and that one is good, making it now 43-27. Spring Mills trying to somehow sneakily make it look like it was supposed to be their inbound off the free throw, but quickly make sure it is Martinsburg's as it's Green. Handing it off now to Sanabria, who passes to the right side of her, caught by Martin, who goes to Green over to her left. Green to Underwood, down low to Strovel, and Strovel tried to go up with a shot, but gets shoved by Wyan from behind with 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Strovel goes to the free throw line for 2 shots. Is that foul called against Wyan, her second?
I think Strovel can really step up into a big role next year for Martinsburg. If Bradley and Richie both as seniors, and you're still going to have Strovel next year, who's going to have to try to carry that load, try to kind of replicate the low post offense that Martinsburg has had the potential to sort of dominate teams with this year, and low post defense, I should say, as well, protecting the rim.
Strovel missed the first, made the second free throw, 44-27. Martinsburg now is a steal. Green looks down the court to Martin. Martin, unselfishly, even though she had an opportunity at a left side layup, tried to pass it to Strovel. It was deflected and went off then the backboard and stolen by Washington, who goes back the other way. Now we have a foul down low. 31.2 seconds left.
It was a great defensive play by Ball. 2-on-1 on that transition fast break.
Quick correction, they called a travel, not a foul. So Martinsburg ball. Screen now. It's called with a carry off the dribble. Spring Mills gets the ball back.
That's the right call.
26.9 seconds.
I think Green maybe has gotten away with at least one other one here so far tonight that I've noticed. That one was a little too obvious to let go.
44-27, Martinsburg leads Spring Mills. 20 seconds left in the third quarter, clock winding down. Homer. Wyan back to Homer. Homer passing over to King. King, top of the key, passing back to Homer, who thinks about the three, does take it. Off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Bush. Bush in the paint, kicks it out to King. King, 2 seconds, 1 second, buzzer beater three. Too short, no good, and at the end of the third, it's Martinsburg with a 44-27 lead over Spring Mills. We'll head to the fourth on the other side of this 1 minute break. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from 1 location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
We welcome you back here as we enter final quarter of regulation of the 4A Region 2 Section 1 Girls Basketball Championship. Martinsburg right now looks like will be crowned the champions if things hold on as they lead Spring Mills 44-27. And most likely, unless things drastically change here in the fourth, would be hosting a regional final Wednesday night here at the Fieldhouse.
They've dominated this one the way that they've dominated a lot of teams so far this year. Just their defense, their size, their rebounding to go along with it. It's just been too much for the Cardinals.
Ball with it, losing it, now recovering it just before the midcourt line to avoid a backcourt violation. Ball passes over to Bush at the left wing. Bush passes over to the right wing. It's caught by Homer, who has to Go back to Gabby Ball at the midcourt logo. Go back to Homer, who goes down low and dumping it down to Bush, who dribbles out into behind the three-point arc. And will pass it back to Homer at the top of the key, hands it the ball. Minute off the clock already, and Spring Mills will call a timeout as they, frustrated with how the defensive pressure of Martinsburg are. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on certified experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred compensation plan. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
We welcome you back here after the Spring Mills timeout. It's King passing over to Homer. Goes down to Wine in the left corner and back to Homer at the wing on the left side. She'll dribble to the top of the key, bounce pass over to just to the right. It's caught by Bush. Bush loses her dribble but is able to keep possession and pass it to Ball. Ball goes to the left side to Homer, back to Ball at the high post, kicking it out to the wing. Homer now has it stripped. She stumbles. It's last touched by her as it rolls out of bounds. No, they say actually last touched by Martinsburg Bulldog, so keeping it with Spring Mills.
I think she was about to reach out and touch it before it went out, and then either thought better or just didn't reach it.
Bush to King for three from the right side. Too strong. Offensive rebound by Spring Mills. And stepping on the baseline. No, they actually call a foul instead. Bush was really close to that baseline, but a push called against Cadence Bradley. So 6:25 left in the fourth quarter. Inbound, it's King, right wing, caught by Bush. Back to Ball, Ball for two on the right side. Air balls, rebounded by Bradley. And immediately wrapping up with Bradley is Sampson. 6:15 left here in the quarter. That foul called against Sampson.
And that's Sampson's fourth?
That's what I have, waiting for the scoreboard to confirm, and they do. Team first of the quarter.
Been a long night for whoever's been matched up with Cadence Bradley.
Underwood's pass stolen now by Ball. Go to Bush. Bush pump fakes. Pump fakes again. Now passes the Ball. He swings over to King at the right wing. She'll catch it. Go to the high post. Passing over to the left side. It's Sampson catching it, shooting it. It's no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Santabria, right side, driving in. Stops at the block. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded down low by Martin. Martin tried to go up with the putback, but completely lost the ball while doing so. It just rolls out of bounds right in front of her, and she couldn't do anything about it.
Forgot to take the ball with her.
Left in the fourth quarter. Still 44-27, Martinsburg leads Spring Mills at Spring Mills basketball. Yeah, I didn't really see it get stripped. It just looked like somehow she lost possession all entirely.
Yeah, when you go for a shot, it usually helps to take the ball with you, you know?
Sampson blocked by Bradley down low and stolen now by Irving. Irving dribbling it down on the right side at the wing. She'll stop, go down low with the pass to Ritchie. Ritchie in the paint, puts up a shot, no good, but she's fouled with 5:22 left in quarter number 4. Serenity Ritchie will go to the free throw line. Gabby Ball picks up the foul.
Yeah, Gabby Ball, I think she's saying I got all ball, but it's not how the officials saw it, and that's kind of what it seemed like to me from up here, but pretty far away.
Free throw by Ritchie is good, making it 45-27. Ritchie takes a few dribbles, spins the ball in their hand, and two more. Shot up, front of the rim, and then takes a friendly roll and falls through, making it 46-27. Martinsburg up by 19 now against Spring Mills here in the section championship. Homer passes over to Bush. We have the foul away from the ball as Gabby Ball got ran into. Hopefully she's okay. Kind of looks like she might have got the wind knocked out of her. So.
Yeah, Ball set a screen on Irving, and Irving just kind of plowed right through it.
Yep, that's Irving's second foul. Team second of the quarters. It's King, Sampson, Bush. Back to Ball at the left wing. Ball over to Bush. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Bradley as she says oops, because it was her and her teammate Irving actually the only two fighting for the ball and neither realizing that it was them. The inbound tipped around, and now we have a foul down low and a push called with 4:49 left in the fourth quarter. It's that foul called against Martinsburg. Tiana Sanabria picks up the foul as the fouls continue to rack up here early in the fourth quarter. It's a clean first half, but definitely more fouls called here in the second.
Yeah, you get a little tired. You start slipping up on defense a little bit.
Now blocked by Ritchie down low as Bush tried to go up with the shot. It goes out of bounds. Keeps the ball with Spring Mills.
It's harder to play good, disciplined defense when you're tired. So it makes it easier to, you don't put your arms up all the way, straight up. You lean them down a little bit because you're fatigued. You're out of energy, and leads to more fouls a lot of times.
Jump ball possession arrow, giving the ball to Martinsburg. Gideon checks in for Sanabria. 4:34 left in regulation. Ritchie inbounds to Irving. Irving dribbles it down the court for Martinsburg. Stops, passes to Martin at the right wing. Martin catches it, now dribbles over towards the top of the key and will pass it to Ritchie at the volleyball line. Ritchie goes back to Irving, who passes down low to Bradley. Bradley catches it, turns around, puts up a shot. Too strong, no good. Rebounded by Martin. Now some pushing back and forth and some frustration, and we have a technical called. And if that's a retaliation call on the tech against Sampson, she's fouled out. Waiting to see the official word. There were a few pushing and shoving as it was Martin grabbing the rebound on the floor. Sampson went after her, resulting in Sampson kind of falling on top of Martin, and then teammate coming over thinking that it was intentional from Sampson falling on top of Martin. Couldn't really see who it was for Martinsburg, but
they called the technical on Irving.
I guess that means it would have been Irving that I saw kind of push Sampson afterwards, which almost, it looked like, resulted in Sampson almost picking up a technical because she wanted to fight afterwards and had to be held back.
She was coming. I had to be held back by some teammates. Yeah.
So that is Irving's third foul as things kind of calming down on the court. Referees allowing both teams to take some time at the bench, making sure cooler heads prevail here in the final 4:16, most likely of the ball game, as it is a 46-27 score. Martinsburg leads Spring Mills as King free throw, no good. It rattled around the rim and then took an unfriendly bounce for her. King's second free throw is good. She now has a dozen points, making it 46-28. Sampson will be subbed out to the applause of Irving after the tech on the bench, still trying to jaw back at Sampson. Underwood backing up her teammate as well.
Yeah, well, it's not the first issue it seems like Martinsburg had was the way Sampson's been playing tonight.
Foul now is driving the lane in for Spring Mills was King. She'll be fouled and go now to the free throw line again for a pair of free throws.
Yeah, we saw about 2 minutes into the game, Cadence Bradley got frustrated after being guarded by Sampson. She was taken out for a quick moment and given some time to calm down over whatever was the issue there.
First free throw up and good by Bree King, who is basically set up a camp at the free throw line tonight.
Right, She's done a really good job of just driving into the lane and either being able to put up a basket or at least draw a foul.
Second free throw, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. They say last touch by Martinsburg, Spring Mills ball. We'll see if we have an overruling, and we do. So Martinsburg now has the ball. Spring Mills trying to set up a full court press. They now back away and get back and hustle back on defense. It's Martin with it for Martinsburg. 4 minutes left, the fourth quarter. Martinsburg. Travel violation called against Martin. Our fourth quarter is brought to you by the committee to elect Rob Blair for Sheriff, Berkeley County's choice for honesty, integrity, professionalism, and proven leadership. Learn more at robblairforsheriff.com as a 3, no good by King, rebounded by Spring Mills. Bush, shot up, no good, off the glass, rebounded by Bradley from Martinsburg. It's Ritchie with it. Other fourth quarter sponsors, the Larry DeMarco team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. Gideon passing to Strovel now. Goes down low to Bradley. Bradley, the post. Spin move, puts up a shot off the side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Ball for Spring Mills, who goes to King. King drives in. Shot up, banks it in. King makes it now Martinsburg 46, Spring Mills 31. King has 15 points. Ritchie to Strovel. The pass too strong through the hands of Strovel. Might have stubbed a finger off the catch attempt as well. Out of bounds, Spring Mills basketball with 2:57 left in the fourth.
I think it's Santa Bria checking in from Strovel. We just got a minute or so there of Strovel, Ritchie, and Bradley all being out on the court at the same time. I don't know if I've seen Coach Fitzpatrick run that lineup before.
If he has, it has not been that often. You're correct. Ball with the basketball. Passing to Bush for Spring Mills. Bush picks up her dribble at the left elbow, goes into the corner to Henry, who lobs the pass over to Homer. Homer drives in, puts up a floater. That one's good, making it 46-33. Gideon, coast to coast, right side layup too strong, no good. Rebounded by Santa Bria. Her shot too high off the backboard, no good. Ball on the ground, stolen by Spring Mills. Bush to King. Right side layup is good by King, and it's now only an 11-point lead for Martinsburg, 46-35.
They're still within striking distance. There's only 2 minutes left.
Yep, 2 minutes left. Sampson's getting ready to check in, and now we have a whistle blown stopping the clock, and it looks like Martinsburg will take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
We welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Field House. It's Martinsburg 46, Spring Mills 35. Minute 58 left in the fourth quarter. The winner of this one is the Region 2 Section 1 champion and will host the Section 2 runner-up on Wednesday, which is either Musselman or Washington. Nick Verzolini will have the final score of that one for you during the N1 postgame scoreboard show. It's Martinsburg playing keep away. Ritchie to Martin. Martin back to Ritchie at the volleyball line. Ritchie spins past, finds Martin down low. Her pass immediately in the hop to Strovel. Strovel puts it up and in. Great ball movement by the Bulldogs, Dylan.
That was fantastic. They needed something like that. The offense had gone stagnant.
King, three-pointer, no good as she tried to bank it in. It's rebounded by Martin. She'll now be fouled by King with a minute 21 left, as that is Bree King, I believe's third foul. It should be double bonus time for Martinsburg. No, that's
actually
only the third. I was looking on the wrong side, in all honesty. My apologies.
Yeah. Spring Mills is in the double bonus.
So her third, team third.
Yeah, Spring Mills has one more foul to give if they choose to go try to extend this game out by fouling, which
Bush fouls, so that's the fourth of the quarter. Minute 10 left now in the fourth quarter. It's Martinsburg 48, Spring Mills 35. That was Bush's first foul. Fling checks in. Inbound to Ritchie. Goes back to Martin. Martin guarded by Homer, who is not fouling. They pass over to Santa Maria. Santa Maria guarded closely by King. She goes to Ritchie. Ritchie, Bush trying to foul, doesn't get the call. They now pass to Santa Maria. Santa Maria to Martin. Martin to Ritchie. Under a minute left. Martinsburg just kind of running the triangle offense at the top, playing keep away.
Running a nice little weave out there.
Running it out and getting the win. Martin passing to Bradley. Bradley goes down low to Santa Maria, who's blocked from behind, and they say a little bit of a push as well from Bree King, as that is King's now fourth foul. That'll send Tiana Santa Maria to the free throw line with 33.1 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It looks like Martinsburg will be the section champions. Santa Maria. First free throw shot up, and that is good by Tiana Santa Maria. Now has 5 points, all coming here in the second half, making it 49-35. This ball checks back in now for Spring Mills. Santa Maria spins the ball in her hand, puts up the second free throw shot. That one bounces around the rim a few times before going through, making it now 50-35. King with the basketball for Spring Mills, passing over to Bush. Left wing three, no good. Rebounded by Ball and Sampson, and since the two teammates were tied up with one another, it's called a travel violation. Martinsburg basketball. 20 seconds left. The inbound to Martin. Back to Ritchie. Ritchie in the backcourt. Opposite pass to Santa Maria across midcourt. Santa Maria with it. And will dribble it out for Martinsburg. We'll see if Spring Mills allows her to do so. She'll have to pass over to Martin, who goes to Ritchie. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs are your Class 4A Region 2 Section 1 champions as they defeat the Spring Mills Cardinals by a final score of 50-35, which means that on Wednesday night, Martinsburg will host a region championship, and Spring Mills will head to the Section 2 champions place for their regional final. Martinsburg will wait to see who the runner-up of that matchup between Musselman and Washington is. It looks like Dylan Bishop is now down on the court, joined by Coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick.
All right, thank you, Colin, down here with Coach Fitzpatrick. Coach, able to hold Spring Mills tonight to 35 points. I want to start with talking about the defense. How did you feel like they executed things tonight?
We did a good job. Wasn't our best effort. We let some things go with our press early on, but they cleaned it up, and they fought. Overall, I'm extremely happy, extremely excited for them, because that's a championship. That's something, we set 2 years ago, and this is one of the goals, and this is one of the things that we achieved, so I'm extremely proud of them.
Offensive side, you're able to get a lot of contributions from your post players tonight. Cadence, Addie off the bench, Serenity as well. Just your team has so much that they can go to inside. What does that do for your team?
Well, it's amazing. It's cliche, but it's huge. Yeah, they're big down low, and when we're able to utilize our size, it gives us a good advantage. So I'm proud that we did it and we took care of it. We had to keep our composure early on, but yeah, I'm excited. Caden started finishing well. Addie came in and kept it going, and Rennie does so many things. Whether it's down low, up top, handling the ball, making the passes, she's just versatile. So I'm excited for him.
Yeah, one more game to get to Charleston. How are you going to, talk to your team about preparing for this next one to get there?
Well, the same things we've done all year. It's got to be centered around defense. We've got to rebound, and they got to play together, play for each other, play as a family.
All right, thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Colin.
Thank you to Coach Fitzpatrick joining Dylan Bishop there before the plaque presentation for the section championship, so apologies to the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs making them wait a little bit longer before Coach Fitzpatrick now goes out to the athletic director, Davis Moore, and hands him the championship plaque as he's now joined by his team, giving it to Cadence Bradley, the senior, to hoist up. And we'll wait for them to do so that you can see it, and then we'll step aside and take our 2-minute break to get to the post-game show as they pose for pictures. So let's do that now. 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rox Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's twin girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rox Rewards.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
We welcome you back here to the Martinsburg Field House. It's our Palace Lounge post-game show. It's Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, deli specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page as Martinsburg gets the win 50-35 over Spring Mills, and they will host the region championship. And apologies for saying that game is Wednesday like we originally thought. That game's actually Thursday next week, and the boys sectionals are Tuesday, Friday, not Tuesday, Thursday like we originally thought. So next week we have Tuesday, Thursday, Friday basketball action for you. As our post-game show, Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. John Alderton, our cameraman, back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Dylan, overall, what are your thoughts on this game?
I think it's pretty similar to what I was feeling at halftime, which is that Martinsburg just had too good a defense, too much size to be able to rebound and score the ball inside, and their depth allowed them to not get as tired as easily. Spring Mills has a good group of players, but it's mostly the starting five, and they don't go into their bench a whole lot to where it gives those five a break. You know, I'm sure they have some quality players off the bench that could get some more minutes, but they don't go deep into that bench, especially the way the Martinsburg does. So once some fatigue set in, Martinsburg was able to go on about a 10-point run there in the second quarter, and they never looked back from that point.
Let's get you our post-game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. Revolutionize the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. For Spring Mills, it was King finishing with 17 points. Homer had 5 points, and then 4 points for Henry, Bush, and Ball, and 1 point for Sampson. As for Martinsburg, leading the way was Bradley with 17 points as well. Strovel had 7, Martin had 7, Ritchie had 6, Santa Maria also had 6. 5 points tonight for Gideon, and then 2 for Irving. That's tonight's post-game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. Let's now get into tonight's awards, starting off with the rejection of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777. Visit their Facebook page.
Well, I think that Martinsburg had a few to choose from here tonight, but I'm going to go with Serenity Ritchie for this one. I believe it was the third quarter, had a block down low against Spring Mills inside. It was just an example of, a number of times tonight that Spring Mills just was not able to get a whole lot going in the paint outside of maybe Bree King was able to get some shots up and get to the free throw line, but otherwise the size, the height, the inside perimeter defense, the rim protection of Martinsburg was too much.
Tonight's moment of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
This was a little bit of a tough one because there was. I'm going to go with just kind of the 10-0 run in general, not one singular moment, but that kind of group of moments where Martinsburg went on that 10-0 run in the second quarter, to where it was looking like for the first quarter and somewhat into the second quarter that Spring Mills was able to keep the game to a slow enough pace to where they could keep up with Martinsburg and keep it close. But then as the starters started to play that entire half for Spring Mills and Martinsburg started to get out and transition a little more, they had that 10-0 run, and again from there the defense from Martinsburg was just too much, and the inside scoring between the three post players for the Bulldogs to where Spring Mills was never able to make up that gap after that 10-0 run.
And lastly, tonight's player of the game brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at orsinis.com.
Cadence Bradley, she was great tonight. I think Addie Strovel off the bench was a candidate as well. But I just think in terms of number of points and everything, it just seemed like Spring Mills had absolutely nothing for Cadence Bradley on the offensive end. Anytime that she got the ball, she had to be doubled. She had to be fouled. Because otherwise, for the most part, she was able to put up points almost as easily as she wanted to. Obviously, she didn't make every shot she took, but she was just such a problem for Spring Mills that it completely disrupted everything that they wanted to do on defense. There was some gravity to it. She had to be doubled, or you couldn't just let someone go one-on-one and not do anything else. You had to deny her from getting the ball, or double team, or just foul.
That wraps things up here from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as, again, tonight's final score, Martinsburg 50, Spring Mills 35. So Martinsburg will host the Region 2 Championship at the Fieldhouse on Thursday next week. Apologies again for originally thinking it was Wednesday night. So Tuesday, Friday, we'll have the boys sectionals, and then Thursday it will be the regional championship. On the other side of this break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini as to who the teams from tonight's game that you just saw will be going up against. For Nick Verzolini, John Alderson, our cameraman, Dylan Bishop, my color commentator, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Have a great rest of your night. Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
We welcome you in to the post-game scoreboard show. Your final score here tonight, Martinsburg 50, Spring Mills 35. In Section 2, it was a win for the Washington Patriots, 51-41 over the Musselman-Appleman, setting up Musselman taking on Martinsburg in the regional title on this side of the bracket, and then Spring Mills will then travel to Washington for the regional title at Washington. So should be some good games. Martinsburg's lone loss in the EPAC came to Musselman, so sets up for an intriguing matchup there in that regional final. In terms of other basketball here tonight, Spring Mills boys getting a win over Wheeling Park, and I did not see a score yet from the Musselman University game on the boys' side. And then other things going on here tonight, Capitals beating the Lightning 3-1 in the second period. So I believe that is all we really have for you here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 on the post-game scoreboard show. Once again, your final score here tonight, Martinsburg 50, Spring Mills 35. In Section 2, it was Washington getting the win over Musselman 51-41. Musselman will travel to Martinsburg next Wednesday, and Spring Mills will travel to Washington. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Thank you for joining us.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Peretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, The Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.